Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob and welcome back to another episode of the Athletics franchise here on MLB The Show 24. We got a big one today because we have another debut here on the team. Robbie Francisco, our third round pick out of San Diego. Last year's draft is making his MLB debut. If you're excited for that one, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. Now it's also September, so we get to call up two players to the Major League roster. First one we're going to do is Abraham Toro. Might be a little bit of a surprise, but I do want to see if he's worth keeping on the roster going into next season, considering he's 28. So he's going to get another chance in the big leagues. And then Hogan Harris will get the call-up as well. He's kind of fluctuated between AAA and the majors this series, and he won't probably be on the majors long. Once Wade Miley clears waivers, he'll get the spot. But for now, Hogan Harris will be added to the big league club as we get ready for Robbie Francisco's debut here in Anaheim against the 70 and 67 Angels. But we'll begin at the plate first, and it'll start with Zach Geloff being struck out by Chase Silseth on the mound for the Angels today. Ruiz up next will line one right over to first base where Tellez will grab it. So we'll take a look at the A's lineup today. Geloff, Ruiz, then Jordan Diaz hitting .309 this season in the third spot. Tyler Soderstrom in left, Ryan Noda at first, Logan Davidson is short, Adam Frazier your designated hitter, Brent Rooker in right, and Shea Langoliers behind the plate. Here's Jordan Diaz, who's excelled since stepping in for the injured Jacob Wilson at third base, and he's going to take a splitter and hit it deep to center, but not deep enough. That'll end the first. Here is Robbie Francisco. You can see the 5 pitches he throws, a four-seamer, a running fastball, splitter, curveball, and slider. We'll see how he does today as he begins his Major League career against Zach Neto, the shortstop for the Angels. And with a 1-2 pitch, he will get his first Major League strikeout, splitter on the inside. And Francisco wastes no time hitting that milestone. Taylor Ward up next, and he gets plunked, so Francisco a little wild there. Brings up Mike Trout up next, who rips this one into left, but it's going to be right at Soderstrom, who will make the grab. And we'll take a look at this Angels lineup, who I would say has overperformed this season. I did not expect this team to be in contention for the playoffs, but they're hanging around. We'll see Max Kepler next as the designated hitter, followed by Mickey Moniak in right, Logan O'Hoppe behind the plate. Luis Rengifo is your second baseman, Andy Ibanez at third, before Rowdy Tellez rounds it out at first base. Here's the next batter, Kepler, and he'll swing and miss on a slider, and that will end the first. Nice hitting there by Francisco. We'll go top two now, starting off with Tyler Soderstrom as he will draw a walk. He takes first base now for Brian Noto. With an 0-2 pitch, looks at strike three. I thought that was inside. Umpire doesn't seem to agree. That brings up Logan Davidson next, who chops this one over to short. That one's going to be knocked down, but all runners will be safe. And that'll be an infield single for Davidson. Actually, they're going to rule out an A6. I thought that would have been a base hit, but instead, well, that'll go against Neto. That'll bring up Adam Frazier, who has been claimed off waivers in the past month. He's been a pretty good addition for this team, but a pitch in the dirt will allow the runners to move up. So instead of being force outs, a wild pitch puts two in scoring position. Big spot here for the A's. Later in the at-bat, full count, Frazier draws a walk. So now you got bases loaded, one out, double play is in order. Brent Rooker at the dish, and he's going to golf a fastball deep into center field, and Rooker will do his job. That should be deep enough. Trout has got a cannon, but it's a little offline, and the A's will strike first off of the sac fly from Brent Rooker. Trying to get more of this inning. Here's Langoliers, and again, that outside part of the plate costs us an out as he strikes out. We'll go bottom two, see if the Angels can answer, as well as stay with Robbie Francisco, and it'll begin with Mickey Moniak hitting this one into center field for a base hit. Logan O'Hoppe up next to the dish, and he's going to swing through a high inside fastball. Nice pitch there by Francisco. One down now. How about Rengifo? He strikes out on the curveball. Francisco already at 4 strikeouts. Might as well make it 5. Francisco strikes out the side. Great 2 innings for him. Go top 4 now. Here's Soderstrom at the plate. He's going to get a high slider. And out of all the players, that's the one you don't want to throw it to, as he hits a solo shot to begin the 4th inning. A Soder pop from Tyler Soderstrom. Shout out Toby Rohr in the comments for that one. His 24th home run of the season. He's entered a little bit of a cold streak, but still our best hitter. A 2-0 lead now for the Athletics. Still nobody out. How about Ryan Noda up next with a 3-1? He slaps this one down the third base line and fair. So the next batter will get on base. Silseth getting rocked a little bit here. Davidson up next. He hits this one over the glove of Neto at short, and that's 3 straight hits for the A's. Now it's 2 on, nobody out. looking for some more runs. That'll bring up Adam Frazier. 3-1 pitch. He turns on a fastball. Hits this one deep to right field. And this one's going to clear the fence. A 3-run home run for Adam Frazier. And it is 5-0 Athletics, as they take a commanding lead here in the fourth. 10th home run of the season for the former Kansas City Royal. Like I said, has been a great pickup off waivers. He gives us a 5-0 lead, and that'll do it for Chase Silseth. They'll bring in the lefty Jose Suarez into this game, trying to stop the bleeding. As the next batter he faces is Brent Rooker. Hit a sacrifice in his first at-bat, but he'll strike out here. One down now for Langoliers, 3-2. He's going to sky this one into right field. And that's quick 2 down now as Suarez trying to settle the nerves here. Brings it to the top of the lineup. Zach Geloff up next, and he'll draw a walk. That one does not hit the outside part of the plate. Ruiz now trying to keep the inning alive. Hits a fastball into center, but Trout should get there, and he does. Out for a 4 spot in the fourth. This will go bottom 6. Francisco still on the mound, pitching a great debut here. He gets Neto to fly out to center. How about Taylor Ward? 1-2. Looking at strike 3. Francisco, another K. That is his 8th of the day. And it's going to bring up Mike Trout, the 3-time AL MVP, 13-time All-Star, and now 10-time Silver Slugger. Francisco trying to go 6 scoreless. Can he get through the Trout man? 0-2. Yes, he does. Fools him on the curveball. Francisco goes 6 in his debut and strikes out 9. An insane performance for the rookie. Zach Plesac now out of the pen for the Angels here in the 7th. As he'll begin with Zach Geloff, who gets a slider and skies it into center field, where it will be caught by Trout. How about Ruiz now? 0-2 pitch, and he will swing and miss. Nice slider down and away. Beautiful pitch there by Plesac. Has a quick 2 down, and then Diaz looks at a slider right down the middle, so I'm not sure what he was thinking. But a good 1-2-3 inning for Plesac, as we'll turn it over to our bullpen now. Mason Miller out of the pen. He's been very, very good this year. 3.81 ERA. Trying to eat up a couple innings now here as we up by 5. He starts by striking out the former Twin Max Kepler. How about Mickey Moniak? Full count. He hits this one deep into center, and Ruiz will track it down. That's the positive of having Ruiz. He's so speedy in the outfield. When he was injured, he probably wouldn't have made those plays. 2 down now, a shot over to Diaz, who can't hold on. That'll be a hit, though, as it was a hard hit ball over to him. So the inning stays alive for Luis Rengifo, who skies this one deep to center field. Ruiz at the track, but he has enough space. Angels still scoreless through 7. Jose Quijada now comes in for the Angels in the 8th, who did not play last season. He's pitched 22 innings this year, and he's looked pretty good. First batter, though, is Tyler Soderstrom, who strikes out on the inside fastball, his first out of the day. That'll bring up Ryan Noda up next, 1 for 3 day for the first baseman. Single and scored a run off that 3-run homer earlier. Full count pitch to him, and again he gets called on the inside. Umpire wanting to stretch the zone, I would say, on that side of the plate. So 2 down now for Davidson. He can't connect on a fastball right down the middle. Good inning by Quijada. Let's go into the 9th now. Matt Barnes in relief for the Angels. He is the closer, but he's not necessarily getting the save here, as he starts by getting Frazier to rip one over to Tellez. Rooker now, beautiful 12-6. Just falls off the table. Quick 2 down now for the 2-time All-Stars. That'll bring up Shea Langoliers, who's hitless on the day. 2-2 pitch to him, and Barnes will get him to chop it over to second. And a great diving effort by Rengifo. The Langoliers will beat it out. So a 2-out single for Langoliers. Top of the lineup, Geloff up next. Hits this one to right, but not going to drop. So we'll take a 5-run lead into the 9th inning. We're going to bring Lucas Erceg in, who's had a very rocky past month and a half. Just trying to get him some innings, see if he's worthy of the bullpen next season. And, well, he starts by plunking Taylor Ward on a 3-0 count. Just inaccuracy has been his issue so far this year. As Mike Trout up next on another 3-0. He hits a single through the right side of the infield. So quickly 2 on now. Now a 3-2 for Max Kepler, who skies this one to center. Rengifo is underneath it, and they will not test his arm. Actually, Ruiz is underneath it. So now 1 down for Mickey Moniak, who's been great today, but he can't connect on the sinker. And it's quickly 2 down for Logan O'Hoppe, tasked with keeping the game alive, and he cannot strike out on the 99 heater. And the A's do win this one 5-0, blanking the Angels here in Game 1 out of a great performance from Robbie Francisco in his Major League debut. 6 innings pitched, 9 strikeouts, 0 earned runs. sensational performance by the A's all around. We take game 1 of a 4-game series here in Anaheim, as we not really going to make the playoffs, but it's good to get these wins over your division rivals, as Francisco deservedly gets named to a player of the game in his debut. Only 2 hits given up as well. Get ready for game 2. Before we get to game 2, I noticed something on the bottom of the screen. You might have seen it. John Brebbia got named August Pitcher of the Month. That's pretty cool. Congratulations, Brebbia. I'm glad you got some recognition. Game 2, though, we lose 9-6 as Waldachuk gives up 5 earned in 4 innings pitched, as he has yet to win a game as a starting pitcher this season. Butto also gave up 4 earned in 2 2/3. Then we lose game 3, 7-5, as the Angels continue to just shellac us. We had a couple of homers, but nothing here, as pitching kind of falling off a cliff here in this series. And Wade Miley's now ready to clear waivers, so we're going to call him back up to the big league. So we'll send down Hogan Harris, who did get injured in one of his appearances in that series. And then in game 4, we lose 8-1. So in the other 3 games, not named game 1, our bullpen pitched 12 2/3 innings and gave up 15 earned runs. That's been the story of our bullpen. Now we head to Pittsburgh for a 3-game interleague series against the Pirates. Pittsburgh sits 68-72 on the season. They were one of the few teams that really sold out at the trade deadline this year, selling both Liover Peguero to the Dodgers and Marco Gonzalez to the Phillies. But they still kind of hung around 500, led by that man O'Neal Cruz, one of their superstar young players. But we'll see if we can do some damage in the series against a team that's in a similar spot than us. They'll throw on their ace, though, today, Zach Wheeler, who's been great this season for the Pirates, 3.19 ERA. They'll start off, of course, against Zach Geloff, hitting .253. And with a 2-2 pitch, Geloff will look at strike 3 low to begin. Zach strikes out Zach. Next up, Esteury Ruiz, who has not played as well since coming back from his injury. He's going to sky this one into center, where it will be caught. We'll take a look at the Athletics lineup today. No real big changes to the lineup. About the same: Diaz, Soderstrom, Noda, Davidson, Frazier, Rooker, and Langoliers. Specifically, though, Davidson's really struggled in his last 10, hitting only 121 in that span. He had a pretty good start to his sophomore campaign, but going through a little bit maybe of a sophomore slump. Hopefully he can kick out of it. Jordan Diaz now with 2 down, gets a 2-1 pitch, hits a cutter out to right, but that will be caught, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Wheeler. As we'll see JP Sears on the mound for the A's today, 4.23 ERA. He's been pretty mediocre, I would say, so far this season. He'll begin against Jared Triolo, who's on an 11-game hit streak for the Pirates. And the third baseman will ground this one over to Noda, who will make the play, and Sears will beat him to the bag for the first out. We'll take a look at this Pirates lineup. Next, we'll see the speedy second baseman Ji-Hwan Bae, followed by O'Neal Cruz at short, Jake Sawinski in center, Kyle Farmer in first, and the designated hitter is Termarr Johnson. Right field, William Sullivan. Left field, Gilberto Celestino, and then behind the plate, Rafael Marchand. Bae up next, gets jammed. He's going to ground it over to Davidson. Tough play, but he gets Bae at first. Nice defensive effort there. O'Neal Cruz up next, the best hitter for the Pirates, and he will bloop this one into left field, showing his prowess there. And Cruz is pretty speedy, so you got to watch for him on first base. Sears paying attention, but he strikes out Sawinski to end the first. Go into the 4th inning now. Ruiz back up at the plate for the Athletics, as he will hit this one into left field, doing his own little poke into left. Ruiz is also a guy I got to keep up with on first, as he's looking to steal second, but Diaz gets plunked, so runners will be safe anyway. Diaz didn't like getting hit up high. So a nice 2 down here for the Soderstrom, for 2 on, but it's going to turn into 2 down as it's a 4-6-3 double play. Runner moves up to third, but now you need a hit to bring him home, and it is going to be Ryan Noda, who did double in his first at-bat back in the 2nd inning. Can he bring home the runner here? He's got a full count pitch from Wheeler, and he can't connect on a fastball right down the middle. And Wheeler gets to the inning, giving up no runs. Bottom 5 now. Here's JP Sears getting Termarr Johnson on the leadoff, and Johnson will rip this one down the right field line. And the second-year pro will have a leadoff double for the Pirates. Brings up William Sullivan up next, the rookie, who popped out back in the second. Hasn't been the best stint to his big league career, as he will pop out here as well. A F7 on the score sheet. 1 down now for Gilberto Celestino, and he's going to hit an F9. Fly out to right field. Johnson still stays at second. Can Rafael Marchand bring him home? 2-2 pitch to the catcher, and he's well out in front of the changeup. And we got a pitcher's duel here in Pittsburgh. Both pitchers scoreless through 5. As we go now into the 6th, Triolo in the top of the lineup up next, as Sears will begin by plunking Triolo. Bay then up next will round over to Geloff, and they will get the lead runner. So nice effort there by Geloff, but the speedy Bay is now on first base. Got to keep an eye for him as O'Neill Cruz up next will hit this one through the right side of the infield for a base hit. And Bay, with the speed, is going to try to take third, and he will. So now runners on the corners, one down for Jake Sawinski. A chance to score the first run of the day, and he will do just that. He flies out to center, but that will be more than deep enough to score the speedy Bay. And the Pirates are on the board first, 1-0 here in the sixth. Two down now. Kyle Farmer up next. He'll bloop this one right, and it'll eat up Rooker. I thought Rooker could have made a play for that. He doesn't. And now runners on the corners again. Just need one more out. It's going to be Tamar Johnson up next with a 2-1 pitch. And he crushes this one deep center field, and it's going to clear the fence. A 3-run home run for Tamar Johnson. And this game has been blown wide open off the 5th of the season from Johnson. Sears has pitched an excellent 5 2/3, but just couldn't get the last out. And it's now 4-0 Pirates. We'll go into the top of the 7th now. Here's Logan Davidson at the plate with one down, and he will turn on a fastball. It's got some carry out to right, and it's going to clear the fence. So Logan Davidson gets the Athletics on the board with a solo home run. Good piece of hitting there, as hopefully that's what it takes to break Davidson out of this little slump he's been on as he hits his 8th of the season. And the Athletics look to chip into this lead. It's 4-1. Colin Holderman will then come in out of the pen, so it's 6 1/3 for Wheeler, 1 earned, as Holderman looked to get the final 2 outs. Starting off with Frazier, he'll get him on the low curve. Frazier upset with the call, but it's 2 down anyway. And then Rooker gets a high curveball, maybe a little too high, as he skies it into center field, and Holderman will get through the 7th. We'll go into the 8th inning now. Mason Miller in relief for the A's, looking to get through this inning. He'll start off now with Gilbert Celestino at the dish, and with a 2-0 pitch, gives him a fastball right down the middle, but luckily enough, it's a fly out to Rooker. Marchand now up next, 1-2, and he will bloop this one into left center. Soderstrom will not get to it, and Marchand, the guy that got in the Gonzalez trade, with a single. Triolo up next rips this one into left field, and this is going to be trouble as it's over the glove of Soderstrom. That's going to make this a 12-game hit streak as the runner now will head past third. He's going to be waved home, and the throw will be in time. A great relay throw from Soderstrom to Davidson to Langoliers to get the runner. Keeps it a 3-run game, but not for long, as G1 Bay will hit this one up the middle, and that will score a run. So it's 5-1 Pittsburgh. Still trying to get the final out. Here's O'Neill Cruz up next, and he's going to lace this one to right center, and Rooker will not get to it. 100 off the bat, up against the wall. That's going to score another, an RBI double. It's 6-1 Pirates, in the bullpen again having troubles getting through innings. Joe Barlow will be tasked with getting the final out, as Miller only goes 2/3. And trying to get it against Jake Sawinski, he does. But 6-1 now, Pirates. We'll go bottom 8 now. Here's Barlow still on the dish with one down, and Tamar Johnson goes deep again. Another home run for Johnson, his 2nd of the day. What a career day for the young man, his 6th home run of the season. The Pirates tack on another, and the bullpen gives up another run. It's now 7-1 in favor of the Pirates. Next batter up next is William Sullivan, 1-1 pitch, and he's going to do almost the identical thing that Johnson just did. A solo home run to right, way up out of here, and that's back-to-back jats for the Pirates. Barlow falling apart on the mound. What has been up with this bullpen? It wasn't long ago I said this was a pitcher's duel going into the 6th inning, and now the Pirates have 8 runs. Just an absolute collapse again on the pitching department. Lucas Urseg will then come in trying to get the final 2 outs of this inning. He'll start with Celestino. He'll get him a ground out to Noda. That's the 2nd out of the inning. And then Rafael Marchand at the dish, 2-0. He grounds out to Davidson. So Urseg finally gets these final 2 outs. But it's now a 7-run deficit. Pirates are going to bring in David Bednar anyway, their closer. Not a close situation, but I mean, I guess. Why not? I guess he was already warm. So, not going to be easy for the A's. It is the 3-4-5 hitters, but Diaz will ground out to his third base brethren. Then Soderstrom up next will swing and miss on a nasty 12-6. So, the game comes down to Noda, and he's going to sky this one into right center. And it looks like underneath it will be Sawinski, and that will be it. The Pirates win game 1, 8-1 after a late game just explosion from the Pirates offense. And on the flip side, a late game meltdown by the bullpen, which is unfortunately what we've become accustomed to post All-Star break. So they take game 1. Sears gets the loss. I hate that for him because he pitched 5 2/3 good innings. He just had trouble getting that final out, and it proved costly for him. Player of the game is, of course, going to be Termarr Johnson. He went a perfect 3 for 3, a double, and, of course, the 2 home runs as we drop game 1 to the Pirates. Going into game 2, we do bounce back and win 8-5 as both teams with 15 hits on the day. Francisco goes 4 innings pitched, gives up 4 earned this time, so not the best second start, but he does strike out 7 more batters. Then in game 3, he wins 6-3, so at least take the series in Pittsburgh. Rooker goes deep, his 22nd of the season. He's having a good stretch to close out the year. And we move on now at home to face the Dodgers for 2, followed by the Mariners for 4 as we get ready to close this year out. I do plan on getting through year number 2 in this week, or the upcoming week. So by the time next weekend hits, we should be done with year number 2 and getting ready for the World Series and another off season. I cannot wait. It's time to make this team better in the offseason. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.